We are less than a month away from the official iPhone 16 launch. It's going to happen in September, and even before the launch, we have a lot of confirmed features and details about the iPhone 16 series already leaked. We are going to go over all these latest confirmed features on the 16 series, starting from the design, camera, colors, processor, and all the other features. We have leaked pictures of the iPhone 16 phones too. I also have two confirmed features which are a bad news for us consumers. So, what can we expect from the next Apple iPhones? Hi, my name is Anjana and welcome to the Tech Girl channel. Okay, let's start with how does the new phones look. Very similar to the current iPhone 15 series with some minor tweaks. This is current lineup of the iPhone 15 series: a 6.1-inch display iPhone 15, a 6.7-inch iPhone 15 Plus, a 6.1-inch iPhone 15 Pro, and a 6.7-inch iPhone 15 Pro Max. This year, we are gonna get the same four models with upgraded specs and design. The 16 series phones will be the same shape and dimensions, but the iPhone 16 Pro series, that's the 16 Pro and the Pro Max, will get slightly bigger displays, 6.3-inch and 6.9-inch respectively. That is a big phone. The good news here is the phone itself is getting only slightly larger, while the larger display is coming mainly from much slimmer bezel on both the phones. The new Pro iPhones are expected to get the thinnest bezels of any phone. Those are the new dimensions of the new iPhone 16 Pro series. And even with the larger dimensions, the width is getting a very little increase, while the height is getting a bigger change. All this to say, the iPhones will still feel very similar in your hands like before. It'll mainly be taller with larger display. The iPhone 16 will not see a change in the size, still 6.1-inch and 6.7-inch display with the same dimensions. But do you know why this change is only for the Pro models? It's actually the camera. In the current 15 Pro series, only the Pro Max has the Tetra Prism 5x telephoto lens. The smaller 15 Pro only has a 3x telephoto because they could not fit the Tetra Prism design into a smaller body. This year, the 16 Pro Max might get a super telephoto lens, maybe even 10x lens to compete with Samsung. This will require an even larger body. The 16 Pro is set to get a Tetra Prism 5x lens which won't fit in the current size. Hence, the larger size for both 16 Pro and 16 Pro Max phones. I'll get to more camera leaks in a second, but let's get back to the design changes. Every year, Apple will want to add slight tweaks to its design to differentiate its newer iPhones from the older models. This way, consumers get the new phone feel. This year, since the overall shape and look is similar to the iPhone 15, which was similar to iPhone 14, which was similar to iPhone 13, and which was also similar to iPhone 12, we are going to get a new color. We don't know what Apple is going to call it, but it's said to be like a rose titanium. The titanium grey might also get a bit darker, more like black. Another small change, the finish on the side is a brushed titanium now, and the 16 Pro series might see a polished titanium similar to the iPhone 14 Pro series. I've always felt the polished steel on 14 looked very premium compared to the brushed titanium, so I like it. These are for the Pro models, but what about the 16 and 16 Plus phones? They have the same display, size, same dimensions, same design and looks. Then what's gonna change? Well, iPhone 13, 14 and 15 have got this cross-lens camera design on the back. The iPhone 16 is gonna get a vertical lens design, one below the other. Haven't we seen this somewhere before? Alright, like the iPhone 12. The reason behind this by Apple is the vertical lens design will help take spatial videos which can be viewed on Apple Vision Pro. To be honest, I don't know which $4,000 Apple Vision Pro user will have an iPhone 16 over 16 Pro phone, but that's what we are gonna get. We have mock models, card designed to show the vertical lens design. Okay, the iPhone 16 series is also getting the action button that we have on the 15 Pro models now. All the four models will have action button. I love the action button, to be honest. Who doesn't like a customizable extra button? Speaking of buttons, all four models, iPhone 16, 16 Plus, 16 Pro and 16 Pro Max, will get another new button on the right side called the capture button. This will be below the power button. If you see the current model phones, there is a plastic cutout for the antenna. There will be a capture button in this place instead. And as the name suggests, it will be used for capturing photos and videos more easily in landscape mode. It will also open up the camera app on press. That's it for the exterior changes. What about the camera? For the Pro phones, it's the same triple camera setup, but like I said, the telephoto lens on the 16 Pro Max might be a super telephoto 10x lens. This is slightly still in the works, so Apple might change it if it doesn't work out well on testing. The 16 Pro will be getting 5x Tetra Prism design, and that is confirmed. The main camera sensor on the Pro phones might get slightly better for even better low light photos. One upgrade this year on the Pro phones are the ultra-wide camera will be upgraded from a 12 megapixel to a 48 megapixel sensor. It might also support ProRes photos and videos like the main lens. The iPhone 16 will also come with an ultra-wide and wide lens. From the leaked images, the lens also looks bigger than the current 15 series. I'm assuming this is because the 16 phones will get a bigger sensor similar to the iPhone 15 Pro series. Now let's get to the performance. iPhone 15 Pro came with the A17 Pro, while the iPhone 15 phones came with A16 chips. The A17 was made with 3nm process, while the A16 was made with 4nm process. This year, the 16 Pro phones will get A18 Pro. This will also be a 3nm chip, but made with a newer technology to be even more efficient and powerful. Mainly, this will resolve a lot of heating issues that came up with the 15 Pro phones. The non-Pro 16 phones will get A18, which will also be a 3nm chip, but have fewer cores than the Pro chip. The new phones will still be the fastest mobile chips than any other chip for sure. Okay, big three. Design, camera, and processor are done. Let's get to the smaller features and upgrades that you can expect in the next series iPhone. Thankfully and finally, the Pro phones are getting a faster wired and wireless charging. It'll get a 40-watt wired fast charging and a 20-watt wireless MagSafe charging. Another big happy news, this year iPhone are getting battery upgrades as well. First off, the Pro models might get a higher density battery, which will give them extra battery hours. And the battery size is also increasing on 3 out of the 4 models. The Pro Max, which already has amazing battery life, is gonna get even better with all these battery improvements and fast charging. This is actually a great news. From the leaks, the iPhone 16 Plus seems to actually have a smaller battery with lesser battery life than before. It isn't clear why is this case yet, so I'll watch out for more data and update if we have a valid reason. Data speeds are also going to see improvements because the 16 models will get Wi-Fi 7 as well as faster 5G modems for all models. So those are the happy upgrades, big or small. But I have some bad news as well. First, Apple is gonna stick with the same 60Hz display for the 16 and 16 Plus phones this year as well. This phone is $200 and has a 120Hz adaptive refresh rate display. There is no reason why Apple cannot give us a 120Hz display on an $800 phone. Oh, speaking of $800, there might be a small price hike to some of the iPhones this year. But this is speculation at this point because Apple may take this decision even at the last minute. But with the current component prices, it is expected that there could be a price hike to some iPhone models. Another bad news, all the phones might have the same starting storage of 128 gigs even for the Pro phones. It's hard to recommend a base storage phone with 128 gigs anymore at this price. One more not so great news, there have been rumors of a slim iPhone and folding iPhones for a year now, but these phones are set for 2025 and we may not see a newer model this year. If you have been waiting for a foldable iPhone, you might have to wait even longer. And it seems Apple is more keen on releasing a slimmer iPhone, replacing the iPhone Plus models next year. More about that news in the upcoming video, so subscribe to not miss out on that. Okay, that's everything for this video. Please leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you found it interesting. I'll see you all in the next one. This is Anjana. Bye.